captain to swing the light wand at her. She pushed forward off the console, twisting to the side, and slammed her left hand into his wrist, deflecting the attack. The maneuver spun her around, but it did the same to Unger. She grabbed the edge of the console and activated her maglock boots, swinging them down to the deck. Finally reattached to a solid surface, she turned back to Unger and saw that he had done the same thing.
"Come on, Terran soldier girl. Let's finish this."
Unger's voice dripped with menace, and Tanis saw that he held a ballistic handgun as well as her light wand. Where'd he get that? She wondered. No matter. It would take more than a few shots from the weapon to penetrate her armor. The light wand was what she needed to worry about. Unger fired a trio of rounds at her, 2 striking center mass and 1 hitting her right arm, barely missing the broken section of her armor and her wounded arm, already fractured courtesy of the fight to get this far into the ship. Tanis lunged forward again, closing in to leverage her augmented strength against the man. He slashed at her, coming in high, and she raised an arm to block the blow while kicking at his right knee. Unger jerked his leg away in the nick of time and fell back only to renew his attack, firing point-blank at her head while bringing the light wand in low. Her helmet deflected the shots, and she sidestepped the strike with the light wand, managing to grab Unger's gun arm under her left arm. He grunted and swung the light wand around, aiming for her head. Tanis caught his wrist with her right hand, gasping as she felt her humerus bend and fracture further. She closed her eyes against the pain and twisted to the right, getting her hand on Unger's gun. The man cursed and bore down on her with the light wand.
"Gonna die here, soldier girl, and I'll still get my cargo where it needs to go."
"Fuck!" Tanis screamed as the bone in her arm snapped and the light wand came down, driving into her shoulder far enough to stick out her back. A ragged gasp tore out of Tanis's throat as she sat up, sweat pouring off her body, the bed's thin sheets plastered to her. She blinked, casting about for her adversary, when she realized that she was in her quarters aboard the Kirby Jones.
"I couldn't help but hear you."
Lovell, the ship's AI, spoke into her mind. "Are you okay?"
"Yeah,"
Tanis whispered softly. Then louder. "I'm okay. Just—"
"Reliving exciting past events?"
Lovell asked with a soft laugh.
"Something like that,"
Tanis replied as she reached up and touched her shoulder. The wound was still sore, though the med-table had stitched her back together with its usual care. Her arm still ached as well, her bones complaining about the quick reinforcement job the auto doc had done. Once she got back to base, she'd put in a request for a proper repair on her right arm. Considering that she'd broken it 3 times in the past 2 years, the Space Force docs might recommend growing a new one. Something Tanis hated having to do. New limbs itched for weeks.
"Do you need me to get you anything?"
Lovell asked. "No, my med-nano can knock me back out. If I want to sleep again, that is."
"We're still 30 hours out from Vesta, and your next rotation's not for 10. Sleep would be a good idea."
"Thanks, Mom." Tanis shot her cabin's monitoring optics a glare. "I'll manage."
"Yes, Commander,"
Lovell said, and Tanis could feel his presence fade. She laid back on her bunk, the final moments of that fight with Captain Unger playing over and over in her mind. She'd killed him right after he sank the light wand into her, wrested the pistol from his hand, and put a 6 holes in the odious man. He bled out in his ship's engine room, and she'd watched him die over the course of several minutes. At the time, she'd felt nothing but the fiery elation of victory and survival. But now she wondered if she could have saved him, gotten the man into stasis sooner, and had the autodoc repair him. Captain Unger hadn't been Tanis's first kill during her time in the TSF, but it was the first time killing an enemy had felt a bit like murder. Vesta. Stellar date January 16, 4084. Adjusted years. Location: TSS Kirby Jones. Region: Vesta, Terran Hegemony, Inner Sol.